Yo, it's the Curb, your local hangout spot where all is welcome. It's your man Sam Cool. I'm here where I talk about it all, breaking events, pop culture, movies, sports, etc. Untamed and no filter. Nothing's off limits. I mean nothing. I'm playing. Nothing's off limits where life experience and changes are welcome. Pull up a seat. It's the Curb. Hey, for the people who are viewing this right now, you can see me holding my mic in my hand. I feel like I'm on Fire Hard Beats. I'm about to preach, and I'm preach some more. We're gonna talk about empowerment today. With a little bit of some everything. You know how I like to do. I like to circle around something, bring it together like glue, because I can do that. You know, it takes a talent and a skill to do so. I got the mic. Yeah, what enthusiasm. I love the enthusiasm. You gotta love it sometimes. People do have different ways of being sarcastic. I'm just an ass with it sometimes, low key. But you know, I'm always nice and spirited. My spirit is nice. But yeah, man, I mean, forgive me if you're watching this. Yeah, sometimes you might see me look down and flip through my pages and my notes, because, you know, sometimes I'm not. But I ain't all the way I'm not, though. But, you know, I keep the yellow. I'm just letting y'all know the yellow with the black always, I feel like the yellow and black always help you remember. I learned that in the writing class, you know, I'm just saying. You know, for anybody who want a tidbit on writing and stuff, yellow and black, you remember that thing. It's like the signs on the road. You see how they put it together? You know, they do that for a reason. I mean, hey, people looked at the psyche, you know, psychology and behavioral type of deal. But people pay attention more when you have a yellow black ground with black writing on it. I mean, ain't no diss the white mead paper, as they used to call it. I think it was mead paper. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I preferred the college rule, because I used to write so small. I needed that thing, so I ain't need the regular paper. You know, the regular paper with the fat lines? I ain't used none of that space, goddammit. I don't know why I just wrote small for no reason. I don't know. I like it nice and tight. Like they say, I had an old football coach who was like asking how you say a German virgin and how you say German virgin in German. Good and tight. Good and tight. But nah, man, I'm just here today, man. I just like to fool around. Let me start holding the mic like I'm holding the mic like I'm really up on it, like Eddie Kane on that thing. Is there a heart in the house tonight? Stand up, and let me know if you understand. You better listen to me. Love doesn't come free. You gotta build it up. You got a heart. Hey, you know you gotta hit the face. You got a heart. Facial, you know, the facial expressions sell it. You know, you ain't gotta be the best singer, but you can hit that facial expression, you can sell the shit out of that thing. You better listen to me. See, but it look like I'm all in it, don't it? Like I'm all in it, like a pillow inside a case. Yeah, listen to me. Love doesn't come free. But yeah, I'm enjoying myself. But let me put the mic in the stand. Hey, something about the mic when you hold it there, you feel a little power. That's what I'm saying, a little power of the empowerment. You just hold it tight and you squeeze it. You squeeze it like that little bit of jelly in the pot, you know what I'm saying? But let me relinquishing, excuse me. I mean, you know, tongue tied a little bit. But I'm relinquishing. God damn it. I just said I can't even speak. Forgive me, y'all. But you know, I'm relinquishing. Relinquishing the mic back to the stand. You know. But yeah. Alright. Let me place it, yeah. But nah, man, I just want to pop on, let y'all know, hey, how I'm doing. I'm good. I wonder how y'all doing out there. For the people who's viewing this right now, thank you for checking it out. I do have a podcast where it won't be video, but it'll be straight podcast. Most of the stuff will hit there first before I post it up. But you know, I ain't never believe I was photogenic, so I don't like the videos or the pictures. That's why most of the time, if you see a picture of me, 'cause I don't take pictures like that. Cause I'm not a photogenic fella. I think I'm more in life kind of guy. I'm not a photogenic person. I run from pictures. It was a thing me and my brother, man, used to say back in the day. I mean, shit. I'm young, but still, I can say back in the day. I remember I couldn't say back in the day unless you was 21, 20-something plus and older. They told me I couldn't use it. But back in the day, me and my brother, man, had a thing about, hey, pictures take your soul away from you. You know what I'm saying? It was just something about pictures that you couldn't really live in the moment. Yes, pictures say 1,000 words, but taking a picture just like it grabs something of you. Kind of like, y'all seen The Ring or something like that? It's something like that. You take a picture, you watch something, and it take your soul like this. Like the Lady in the Tramp spaghetti scene, like just suck your soul out your body. I don't take pictures like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just never believe I was photogenic. But you know, still feel alright. I said this plenty of times before. My granny said I'm handsome, so I don't care what nobody say. Nah, my grandma said it. But that being said, them little bit of words of encouragement are just a compliment. That's what I want to say. For a better word, accomplishment. God damn it. Y'all know what I meant. A compliment can go a long way. I mean, it could be to anybody. Just a nice little gesture to somebody. Hey, how you doing? Never know how somebody feeling in that day or whatever, but it might give them the power to move forward with whatever they're going through. Because, you know, it's just something about helping the next man, or just, you know what I'm saying, giving a credit where credit due, or just recognizing some of the things that people are doing. You know, it gives people motivation, just empower them to do things, and in turn, I think by you empowering others, it'll empower yourself as well. But I had seen a quote somewhere, and I like that quote. I was at a job interview. You know how you be in them cold ass lobbies. They be trying to psych you out with that cold technique. They be having the AC all the way down. You know, like, damn, I'm colder than a mother. I should have wore a jacket in there. You wonder why everybody else got a jacket on and but I was just sitting in the lobby, freezing. So I'm over here just you can't see it, but I was just tapping my leg like, just tapping my leg, man. Boy, I was hot. But then I was cold. You just know that one feeling, I didn't know what to do. I'm like, man, they got it cold for some reason. So mine started running. I happened to look over to the left. It was a table way to my left. So I'm like, well, I guess I get up. You know, I didn't want to get up because you had other people in the room. So you're like, who gonna break the ice first? Who gonna move? I ain't moving. So everybody all uptight, tight and shit. We all cold, but we know we cold, but we ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody looking at each other like, who next? Who won there? Who next? Anyway, I'm up in this little lobby. We got the table way to the left. And I see a bunch of magazines. You know, I forget what interview I was in. I'm just like, man, you know what? I'm about to beat out these suckers. I'm about to look like I'm really reading something by just skimming over a couple pages. Just making it like, this man in here competent. Fire, he know what he doing. You know, just the presentation of you with your button up. You had, I was clean. I had the banana shirt with a little polo man on the left. Hey, with the colored polo man on there, you know, he got a little different color, so you can accent it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, ooh, through the brown on that bit, ooh, that thing was hitting with the navy blue. You know, just sound out there. So I was just like, all right, boom. So I stood up like, I got this. You know, peeled over there with that long scribe. I scooped up the first book. I ain't even know what the books was. It was about some engineering and something like, I ain't no engineer. My degree ain't in that shit. So I know the first thing about engineering. But you know what got me? It looked cool. The cover looked cool as hell. Like, had some shit I was like, man, I like that, man. I like that, but I never and got into the details of it, but I was like, let me pick this up. So I picked it up, like, yeah, I know what I'm looking at. Walked back to my seat real quick. Hey, let me tell you what I did, dude. Y'all ain't know this little, hey, low key, this is the cleanest move you can do after you grab a magazine. You prop that leg up, you fold that leg over that knee. Folded that leg over that knee, looked like I was doing something. I knew what I was doing. But I just happened to look down and I was like, let me actually read this thing because it looked very interesting. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I mean, they put it in layman's terms on what the word they was doing. I was just applying for a job. I didn't apply for the actual physical area that they was doing the engineering in. I was more gonna be a data kind of person. But just logging in the algorithms. Putting in the database, for customers and clients or whatever. I wanted to say algorithms, but I'm a little ignorant sometimes. But hey, it's me. I can't help it. It is what it is. You're rolling or you ain't rolling. The tires on the car still spinning. But nah, so I looked down and this quote that I read, it actually hit. Cause I was like, man, that thing powerful. It kind of struck me to understand it. I wrote it down. Hold on, give me a second. The quote, I forget. Like I said, shout out to whoever said it and wrote it in this magazine. But it was some kind of engineering magazine. But it was reacting through others' work can inspire new directions in my own work, even if it's relatively unrelated to my research. So, and I was like, you know what? That's actually good, empowering words to somebody who may see others' success and be like, well, they're not in the same field and they're successful, but I want to be just as successful as that person. I want to strive. I mean, you better use better wording, but strive to be just as successful, if not more successful than that person in a different field. Because a lot of things you see a lot of people, but doing things. I'll give you an example on the basis. I ain't gonna lie. I want to be an actor. I want to do all that stuff. Low key, I'm gonna get in some classes. I can put on a crown Q. But this ain't here or there right now. But that's later on to be continued on that. We're gonna revisit that. But but like in acting or something, a lot of people see some people that they aspire to be, and but it's hard and you may not be an actor or whatever, but you're very skilled in something else. But you can see others work and you can see their body of work, which can inspire you and motivate you to do research in your own area of expertise. So just that quote in itself, I was like, well, man, you know what? Again, I picked up a book and I picked up something that was very unrelated to my degree field, very unrelated to the things and hobbies that I want to do, but to see how successful others can be in a field that they're in that's unrelated to mine just motivated me to do more research and things I wanted to do, inspired me a little bit more to do research in different fields, do things that I'm interested in, or maybe that's outside the box, because a lot of people do put people in a box. And it's crazy, but, at the end of the day, you're motivated, and sometimes it's hard to stay motivated, but you're looking for just that little bit of push. And that's something that you can get by just, being, not necessarily being vigilant. Oh, excuse me, my mic drop. Ooh, I ain't even say nothing cold, but I hit it with the mic drop. But just by doing those things, you can empower yourself. Next, and you can get empowerment in anything, motivation from any kind of thing, any walks in life. If you're a cerebral kind of person, like, I enjoy cerebral aspects of life. I like to think that I'm a nature man. I'm one with the outside. I feel like, you remember that old cartoon character, Birdman? I kind of feel like Birdman. No, I ain't talking about Cash Money Records Birdman. Ain't no shade to that. I ain't talking about him like that in that way, but nah, I ain't talking about him. I ain't referring to him. This ain't no gang. But I'm talking about Birdman, the actual damn cartoon superhero. He wasn't affiliated with no DC or Marvel. He was just a Cartoon Network superhero that always got superpower when sun rays hit him. And he had kind of like Space Ghost. Whoever remembers Space Ghost. If y'all remember Space Ghost, I'm kind of dating myself, but Space Ghost. That was actually a cool late night show that I used to watch. Used to stay up late past my bedtime, but shh, I ain't telling on myself. Ain't like I can get whooped now. But nah. I feel like I was Birdman. I feel like I'm Birdman. I can step out in time and nature. And the sun, I feel like the sun give me energy, just empower me to clear my mind, clarity, you know what I'm saying? Give me a little bit of clarity, kind of like a meditation, what can I say? Like a medicinal feeling, in essence, when I actually sit down and focus and, try to open my mind up to it, receiving the good energy, the vibrations and the frequencies that the sun can give, that motivates me to take action on anything I want to do and whatever I would like to do. It depends on where your focus is currently at, and your mind, your state of mind that you pushing through. You know what I'm saying? That you aiming towards. I mean, anything you can find. Like I said, just chilling, sitting in the house, talking to family and friends. Family, friends, significant others are empowerment in themselves, and so just by talking to one or getting some kind of insight on certain situations can also be empowering. And there's, and don't get me wrong, there's pros and cons to a lot of things. Just side note, subscribe. If you're listening and watching this, subscribe to the Curb, hit the like button, press the notification button. When I post up, you'll get stuff. You can shoot me out. You can hit me up on my email, www.thecurb1616@gmail.com. You also can hit it up at shoot me on the Twitter at the Curb __ and yeah, check out the podcast, www.thecurb.lipsyn.com. Check that out. And plus, I believe I'm on iTunes and whatever else you can catch the podcast sites at. But yeah, back to it. There's a lot of things that you can be empowered by, even if you're single or you're in a relationship. It's just certain things, there are pros and cons to both, being single and being empowered and finding motivation, and being in a relationship, being empowered and finding motivation. But yeah, that being said, being single, and excuse me, if you're watching this, I told you I have my notes. And if you do check out the podcast, on side note, I forgot to add this in at that thing. If you check out the podcast, there will be extra content on the podcast when I'm able to post it up. I'm going to add more of like I said, if you listen to the first one and the second one, that's actually, I was able to upload before I ran into the wall. I didn't jump the hurdle properly in track, so I hit the hurdle. The obstacle was in my way. So there was some things I had to do. Yes, it was a while. So, but that being said, I have extra content that'll be going up. It's a part of the Curb. It's called The Corner. Check it out. It's going to be a written word, freestyles, poems, just stuff to get off the chest, off the real quick. It's kind of like if you ever, this all the 90 babies and all the 80 babies who was raised up in the 90s, and some of the people who know in where they had Rap City the Basement. It's gonna be kind of like that. You know, shout out to BET and all them on a Rap City the Basement. But you know, that's where I took that inspiration from, try to make like something with the curb. It's gonna call the corner, something like a little block in the corner, you know what I'm saying? Where you just step in the booth, spit what you gotta spit, read what you gotta read, speak what you gotta speak from the heart, wear that real quick, get it off your chest. So we're gonna keep that rolling. But that's gonna be the extra content on the podcast if you check the podcast out. YouTube might not have that, but I'm trying to decide what I want to do with that anyway. But yeah, the empowerment of single and relationships, you know, that can go on different levels, you know what I'm saying? And I said that there's pros and cons to it. I mean, single, you can find yourself, you know what I'm saying? You can find yourself, you know, there's nobody to manipulate that. It's just you. It's just you out there finding what interests you, your hobbies and all that things, you know what I'm saying? And again, hey, you can chime in on what you think. You know, you let me know how you feel about the empowerment phase. You know, what empowered you along your route and your journey, because I'm still on the journey. I mean, hey, there's an EP I'm working on. Ain't gonna tell y'all about it till it's completed, but cause I almost just, you know what I'm saying, I can't throw out my ideas out there. It might get swept up. It might get swept up. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the Houston Rockets did in the gentleman's sweep in the playoffs. But we ain't gonna talk about that. That's not here though. That's not here though. Like Shannon say, that's not here though. We ain't gonna talk about that. But yeah, you can find yourself. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's tough, but you can find things you like, things that interest you. You can dabble in a whole bunch of things, you know what I'm saying, without any kind of sway or persuasion what you should do and this and that and the third. It's very self-fulfilling, and like you just start growing into yourself. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing that you can't do, you know, if you can do it by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So if you do it by yourself, I'm pretty sure you can do it. Nothing can't change that once you find that out. But that's also an empowering when you get into that mindset and you find things you like. Building self-worth, you know what I'm saying? Being by yourself builds self-worth, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can love yourself more than anybody can love you. I love me some me. But you have to love you some you first. Then people can love you because you love you some you. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, you know. You love you some you, nothing can go wrong. Because people see that they love you some you, and they gonna love you like you love you. You know what I'm saying? So build self-worth, you know, work on some things. Have a drive to do the things. That empowers you. That empowers you mentally and physically, because you know, like the old, like what's my song? What's my song, man? Forgive me for my ignorance, but you gotta get out and get something. You can't spend all your time getting high, but you know what? Hey, I'm not dissing that at all. Pro legalization. And believe it or not, before this, I had locks, man. I had my locks, but you know, I switched it up for the wave gang, you know. Wave check, you know, but I ain't gonna show it right now so I get my cap on. But, you know, I had locks, man. I was a roster man. I'm still on my journey, but you know, again, I cut them off. You know, I was I'm changing the new, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna see how I roll with the low boy, you know, ain't nothing wrong with the low boy. I'm killing the wave game. You know how it is, man. I gotta stay fresh with my brush. Where my brush? God damn it, my brush is in my car. But, you know, keep it fresh low. Let it grow out a little bit, hit the waves. But you know that's on another tip, how you keep your waves fresh. We'll talk about that all, man. You know how we'll talk about it all. Maybe if I have some guests on, we're gonna talk about it. We just gonna shoot the breeze. Like, hey, it's the curve. That's why I bring y'all here for. All is welcome. You know, we talk about it all. We shoot the shit, kick the bobo. You know what I mean? But you know, location can travel. Location can travel at the end of the day. But in the next one yourself, you can understand what needs to be done. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do, but when you by yourself, you can get a better understanding of what needs to be done. Again, you don't have no no second party in your ears, just you and your own thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like just you picking up things and knowing what needs to be done. Cause only you really, when you single, you know what needs to be done by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So understanding self-awareness, you're more self-aware. Being self-aware can increase empowerment to do things. Cause now you're self-aware of what makes you tick, what you like, all this, that, and the third. So, you know, being self-aware. Let me fix my mic. Let me. Forgive me, I'm messing around, but just being self-aware, like you can be more self-present by being self-aware. That empowers you as well, I believe. You know what I'm saying? So with that, find the hobbies and ideas that interest you to pursue. That goes with the first one. You know, you find the ideas and hobbies that pursue you, that interest you to do, motivates you, whatever motivates you. Just maybe your job motivates you. You never know. You know, your job might motivate you because your job, you might be changing lives. I mean, you might, anything you can make bigger on yourself is a good thing. That's empowerment. Because now you're not looking at it just for face value. You're not feeling like you're just getting up every day doing the mundane thing. You're getting up with a sense of purpose. Even though you know your purpose is what it may be. Even though you may be a sense of purpose, I try to do a little rewind, but I don't know if it worked. But scratch that last part. But I'm gonna keep it in, but scratch that last part. What I meant to say was, your job is not your purpose, but you know what I'm saying, if you can find purpose in the job that you do, that may help be a self-fulfillment and empower you to bring something new to the table, empower you to be more innovative at the job work, at the place of work. You know what I'm saying? That may ultimately affect you and empower you to do other things. So, you know, now that I touch my cap, you know, my darn head itching and stuff, man. I just, there's always something. But definitely by yourself, you build wherewithal. I mean, you build the strength to continue to go on. You build character, you build callous. You know what I'm saying? Building callous amongst everything I believe is at the top. Because if you don't have callous, if you don't build callous, not just saying like weightlifting, you build callous on your hands. You know what I'm saying? Boy, I used to slap concrete with these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's why my hands be ashy sometimes, man. My skin just soak lotion up like it drinking water. Like, I don't know, my skin sometimes be like the Sahara Desert. It just drink lotion like water. So sometimes I just give up. I don't even know what. I just give me the damn stick my hands in some Vaseline and just walk around like that all the time. Cause you know, it just anyway, what I was trying to say, what I was trying to convey is just build callus on your skin, because hey, people ain't gonna like what you do. People might not just like you. You know what I'm saying? You can't let that affect you. But if you are doing what you think is doing, you building a sense of awareness, you building a sense of self, you also building the callus, the wherewithal to handle anything that may come in your way, an obstacle, and just making you stronger. You know what I'm saying? Just making your hide tougher. You know what I'm saying? You got that leather skin. You know what I'm saying? You know, just knife bouncing off you like, no. Cause people gonna try to cut you down, but it's like, no. So just building wherewithal, just callous yourself up, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, the reason why I think there's no more, because personally, again, I got wrote down or whatever, my little notes. But it ultimately, like I said, it builds the character, and you can weather any situation that may come to you. You know what I'm saying? Again, that's just like just having tough hide. It might rain one day, and you don't have your umbrella. Well, I'll be damned if I let a little rain stop me. I'm going to bust out the door anyway and sing my song to the car. I mean, I'm going to watch out for lightning because I am a tall joker, but you know what I'm saying? Green giant ass, When I stand next to my cousin and stuff, man, we like the Twin Towers, but Lord, is it still too soon? But I think we all know what I'm going with. Forgive my ignorance, but I ain't, forgive my ignorance, but you know what I'm saying? We just some tall bastards at the end of the day. That's all I'm getting at, That's all I'm getting at. But, people can cut you down. But by you building that tool, just give you the faith to jump, because now you understand what it may take. And in relationships, I'm just running through it, because, empowerment in a relationship, is a partnership, So, you know what I'm saying? You want to build a relationship that may be a partnership in the end, because there's the ability to grow faster. It helps a foundation to build and form, amongst each other. You have a constant support, support group. In a relationship, doesn't necessarily mean just your significant other. It can be with your friends. It can be with your family. Just understanding that support can be constant. And it's the ability to recover from failures. I told you I can't talk, man. Forgive me. Just able to recover from your failures. Your failures. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. I might be, just like I said, forgive me ignorance. But you can recover from a lot faster. You know what I'm trying to say. Failures. I feel like that's a song. Hey, you can recover from your failures. You can recover from your failures. Can I cut that out? Maybe not. But I don't care. But nah, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Just you build your self-confidence up, because you got somebody, you got a constant support group. You know what I'm saying? They see what you're going through, whatever. They can help support you. You know what I'm saying? So, and you always got somebody in the corner to help motivate. If they understand what you're going through, vice versa. They motivate you, you motivate them. All this in a relationship sense is a vice versa. You know what I'm saying? You're always supposed to be able to rotate and, get back to and fro. If you think otherwise on the pros for it, hit me up. Send a message, lock it in. You know what I'm saying? Send me a message on the Twitter, or shoot me an email, or, post a comment on my podcast. You know where to find me. You can find me at my email at www.thecurve1616@gmail.com, or the Twitter, man. I hope the handles are right. So don't quote me. I ain't looking at it yet. I'm pretty sure the handle's right. But yeah, check that out. The cons of it, the cons, it's kind of a short list, because anything about empowerment, you can always find, like I said, inspiration in other people's works, because you see what they're doing, and you can just model yourself after that. You know what I mean? If you model yourself on the work ethic that they're putting in, you never know what you may be able to accomplish. You may be able to accomplish the good old presidency. Maybe not. It's just whatever you put your mind to, your focus. But you got to put the front work in order to get the back work out. Did that make sense? Did it make sense to you? You got to put the front work in to get the back work out. I understood it. But it's kind of like just reaping what you sow, man. And that's all it is. If you want the fruits of your labor, you got to put in the work. That's it. So, but the cons, just being a single man, when you're single, you don't have that support all the time. Again, you can have your family and friends, but guess what? Your family and friends have lives too. They can't always be there for you. Even though they offer words of encouragement, they can't do it for you. So you gotta understand that just the lack of support that may be there when you think you need it or you want it, and you can't be mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Again, other people have lives, so it's hard for them to always be able to interject a little flavor that little boost pack, a little pack that you throw in the water, and it's kind of like, ooh, I can drink water at another level, It's kind of like that. Sometimes it may not be there. You just got to drink the water plain. So it's just the lack of support that may be there at certain times when you might need it. Thoughts and feelings and of being afraid of failure God dog, why I can't say that word? I just feel like I'm saying it properly, but it doesn't sound right. But again, y'all know what I'm talking about. Work with me here, people. Work with me. Work. Look at that. Hey, if you throw some music out there, I'm gonna be jamming. Look at that little dip the shoulder down on it. Ooh. Nah, but then just bring it back. But no, just being afraid of failure again. I'm gonna just cut them. Oh, excuse me. That made my back itch. That made my bike itch. But just feeling need of help. Sometimes you might not have it. Sometimes you might be throwing the string out there for somebody to pull you up. It may not happen. If you're not an independent person, not being independent can also be a thing that's a con if you're single and you're trying to find empowerment. You gotta learn how sometimes, you gotta learn to love yourself. You gotta learn to be by yourself sometimes. That help build character, callous to the things that may be out there, you know what I'm saying? So it builds character ultimately. So if you can't get that self-awareness, that self-love about yourself, it's gonna be tough. So that's a con of being single, because you don't have somebody there that can that if you're dependent upon that, it's gonna be tough. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm always out here for, opinions as well. Because it's all just an opinion. This just me from my experience. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but this is just my understanding of being a people watcher, behavioral kind of person. You know what I'm saying? So, feeling like things moving slow, that's another kind of being single and about being empowerment. Because you probably just rushing things. Patience is a virtue. Patience, that was said back in BC times, you know what I'm saying? Patience is a virtue, philosophy. I'm a philosopher, we gonna get that. But just saying, just being a philosophy, that holds some merit if we still quoting and saying that patience is a virtue. Being patient, it can definitely help you out, being patient. But sometimes if you're not a patient person, it's gonna be tough, you know what I'm saying, to go through those things, especially by yourself, because there's nobody to tell you that it's gonna be all right. Ain't nobody tell you just waiting for the results and putting in time. I'm a prime example of not being patient and just being in my own head. That's crazy. It's crazy. But it's not no here there, this subject matter. But we talking about empowerment today, just something that you can, that is out there. You can empower yourself by doing different things. There's some pros to it. Like I said, we on the cons right now, And last, the last of the cons is just having a lack of motivation. Like you have a plan, but you get stuck in that daily rotation. It's just like the daily rotation, like the tides of the ocean. They come at clockwork. They come at a certain time, 12 hours, they go away this time, 12 hours. Another 12 hours this way, 12 hours that way. It's the same thing. So if that's the case, you kind of want to try to be that rock that's in the tide, because it weathers away that layer of stuff. You gotta just knock that layer off, make a change like that rock. The tide's gonna come at the same time of day, so it just, you know what I'm saying, it's the same thing. But you gotta reframe your mind and look at it differently. But that's a con that can be there, just the lack of motivation, because you feel like it's the same thing every day. And that's what I said, if you feel like the same thing every day, you just gotta be that rock that's just eroding away after every up and down that you may see that's the same. You're like, oh, I've been there, done that. You may have, but you gotta just open your eyes to a different perspective on it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the cons of being the single and trying to be empowerment. You know what I'm saying? Trying to build empowerment for yourself. And I mean, in relationships, like I said, not necessarily to have to be a relationship. It could be family, friends, significant others, or whatever. Just the relationship point of not being by yourself. Just holding resentment towards others. I mean, that's a con that I see. Just holding resentment towards others. If y'all not on the same page, it's just like one person is more focused on another person's ambition, you know, than the other. So it might feel like you might be left out on what you want to do. So that can be a con because that can fester in something else. Like, you know, that it can just fester. So that's definitely a big con, because if you're expecting kind of like a support type thing and you having this kind of partnership relationship, that can be a factor, because you might feel like you're leaving somebody behind, or somebody might feel like they've been left behind, and you're not helping push them versus them pushing you. So kind of you got to find that middle ground, that give and take. Hey, like my man said, I ain't talking about a 70-30 or a 50-40. I'm talking about a 50-50. Oh, hold on, rewind that back. I'm talking about a 70-30, not 60-40. I'm talking about a 50-50 love. Ooh, but that's what I'm talking about. TP, I think my man, hey, it's so good. Loving somebody when somebody loves you back, and that's a fact. It's so good. I ain't gonna hit it like that. I ain't gonna hit it like that. But that's just my rendition. I think that's how you say it. But no. Oh, I done touched the mic. I gotta have it back now. I gotta touch the mic. You feel that power when it feels like you're talking about a 70-30, 60-40. I'm talking about a 50-50 love. I'm trying to tell you, you gotta hit it like that. Let me holster this thing. This thing hot, boy. Let me holster it up real quick. Woo. Hey, don't mind me, y'all. I'm just silly sometimes. That's just how I am sometimes. I feel like it's good energy, so I give good energy back. You know what I'm saying? I like the good frequencies that's being given off. That vibe is where it's at, man. I'm big on that. We're gonna talk about stuff like that. Episodes coming down the line. But like I said, we're talking about empowerment today, and we on the cons right now. And again, more cons to the relationship thing. I feel, you know what I'm saying, is the buildup of too much dependency. So it's like that's a big con, I think. Just having too much dependency, thinking somebody else gonna hold up the other half. Again, I just even bust out a song for you. You can't be too dependent, because then there'll be a person giving 70-30, 60-40. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe 80-20. Goddamn 90-10. You don't want no goddamn 90-10. You don't want no 90-10. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. You don't want no 80-20. Who wants 80-20? Damn 70-30. I don't want no 70-30. And I'll be damned if you that close and you only giving me 60-40. You might well come there, give me the extra 10. Give me that 50-50. You know, so it ain't about, you don't want to build that dependency. It just, you know what I'm saying? That the person who might feel that too dependency and doing more work than you are on your own shit, you know, that's gonna drive you crazy. Cause it's like, damn, I'm doing more work than you on your own. I can't bring it to the forefront. You know, it might be your idea, but you got me out here doing more work than you. That means you don't want it. So why am I even going to assist in that? So that's a big kind of empowerment, because now you're not empowering yourself. I'm trying to empower you by doing most of your work. That means you're not trying to do it at all. So that can also be a con when you're depending too much on somebody. So, and you're not putting in forth the effort your own self. I mean, that's what it's for. Put the effort in your own self. Please, hey, hey, please, hey, hey, please, hey, hey. I ain't too proud to beg. Give me that. Sometimes I break out in song, but I ain't gonna do it today. I ain't gonna do it today. I ain't gonna do it. Do it for the vine. I ain't gonna do it. Do it for the vine. I ain't gonna do it. Man, that's just me being a fool, man. That's just being me a fool, just being a fool. But I mean, I knocked it off, man. You know what I'm saying? Just what's your catalyst out there? You know what I'm saying? Mine is just I aspire to do a lot of things. I always quote myself on being a Renaissance man. So that's still a lot I need to learn. I have to learn. I've been unlearning things that I've learned, because just it's one stage in my life where I just went through a whole learning process, you know what I'm saying? I remember where it began, you know. But, you know, we're going to brush on those topics, but, you know what I'm saying, just understanding where my head was at that time and how I've been progressing to now. It's just a lot of things that you want to learn that you should learn, but you do have to open your mind up. You gotta be objective. You got to have an open mind to things, but you got to open your mind up to drop some of the stuff. Ooh, you seen that? You see, you gotta drop some of that stuff you learned. Because if it ain't, excuse me, a specified kind of skill or technical skill, a lot of that stuff we was taught in school, man, you know what I'm saying? We don't really use that in the daily basis of life. We don't. And a lot of stuff that people learned is on their own skill, their own experience. Stuff that they read that they were interested in. So, you know, what was your catalyst? What motivated you? I would like to hear that from y'all. And what are some of the pros and cons that you believe are things that can empower people? You know, I mean, hit me up with the questions, comments, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, yeah, hit me up at the Twitter, the curb __ I think. Yeah, at the curb __ that's the @ I believe. And email me. You can email me questions. We can talk about it on there, man. I can revisit it when I drop in that other episode. Do like a revisit, quick little on the last topic, or just to answer some questions on there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I'd like to know from y'all. I just gave y'all a little tidbit. I wanted to drop the curve, man. Y'all always welcome to join the curve. We're going to talk about things like, hey, I'm going to try to have people on. We already know how that is. I'm trying to get people on, but if not, you're just going to hear me talking about the nonsense of what's going on out there. Like, again, I'm going to talk about it all. But, you know, I'm going to try to have something underwrapped in this thing, like a present to give y'all, so it ain't just me rambling, because I can ramble all day, you know what I mean? But that's just me just shooting the breeze, shooting the shit with you, you know what I'm saying? Kicking the bobo. Hey, you know, I'm old school. I got an old soul to it, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's how we do it. So, I mean, hey, I want to leave y'all with the book of, the book of Sam Cool Proverbs. Hey, number 2011. 2011. You can always mow the grass, but the problem's still gonna grow. You gotta unroot it. You heard me? You get it? Hey, man, it's Sam Cool, man. I'm here. I just wanna let y'all know, thank y'all for stopping by. Again, hey, it's the curb, man. It's the curb. Hanging out with your man, Sam Cool. I got this mic, you know what I'm saying? You know, get the scoop anytime. My bad, I was over here, I got chopped up. But you can get it in the scoop anytime, man. I appreciate y'all for stopping by with your boy. You know, I'm just throwing it on here. It's Sam Cool, man. I'm glad, again, Thank y'all for coming by. I'm just so excited. I got the energy. The energy just flowing through me. My chakra bubbling up. Bubbling up out here on these streets. You see the mic. But hey, stay empowered. Be loved. Love yourself. Hey, it's the curb. Is there a heart? Is there a heart in the house tonight? Stand up. Stand up. You better listen to me. Love doesn't come free. You gotta build it up. Build up yourself, man. Empowerment to the fullest, baby. It's the curb and I'm out.